What's up, data? So let's do a complete multi-time frame analysis of British pound US dollar. Let's see what kind of trading opportunity currently we have in this instrument. As you can see on the lower time frame, we could find a significant trading opportunity in British pound US dollar. Now, before we discuss what it is, let's do a complete multi-time frame analysis. Then we'll jump onto this time frame to see how we can trade British pound US dollar. First of all, let's look at bigger picture, monthly time frame. Now, on the monthly perspective, what we have seen that British pound US dollar is long term bearish. If you look at this overall market structure, we have seen that British pound US dollar after this down head and shoulder in this top of this monthly level, we have seen a very strong drop on GBP USD. Now, if you look at the previous monthly candle, what we have seen that British pound US dollar, this candle also a selling candle. If you look at the top of this candle, we see that there is a long wick on the monthly candle in comparison with this candle, which is dominantly a seller's candle. As you can see, there is a long candle with a healthy red body. As soon as this month's open, we have seen in the first 2 weeks the price already traveled to the top of the candle and also traveled to the bottom of this zone. Now, what we can expect in that situation? What I think that GBPUSD may not be able to break this resistance on the monthly. Instead, it might remain in range bound between this resistance and support on the monthly perspective. That means that once the price is going up, there is a probability for coming back down again on the higher time frame perspective. Looking at the weekly time frame, we have seen the reflection of that on the weekly as well. There is a series of lower high has been created on the weekly on GBPUSD. Now, as soon as the price went there this week, we have seen a rejection to the downside. If we look at the previous weekly price section on GBPUSD, we have seen the lower high has been created on the weekly, and then a long candle which has a half red body, half long wick. When you see this kind of candle, what you can expect the price after testing the top to come back down and fill that wick at the bottom. The price still didn't travel to the bottom of the wick. What I think that on the weekly perspective, as tomorrow is the last day of trading week, GBPUSD is likely to come back finally to create even a lower low or even at least an equal low on the weekly perspective. So with that in mind, what I think that as today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday, with the time respect, GBPUSD later today to come up again during the news announcement and then could come back down again and closing on the weekly as a red candle. So with that in mind, let's look at daily time frame how the price action is forming. Now, if you look at closely the daily price action, there is a clue here for this. First of all, look at this low here and look at this low here. What you see on the daily that it has created a higher low. Now, in comparison with the next one, we have seen another higher low. But if you compare all this low, what you see that every time the price creating a higher low, it is coming closer and closer. Now today, the price as soon as open, we have seen the price started to travel again. That means that we see the price is shaping in that manner. So that means the buyers getting weaker and weaker in this market, and finally we could see something like that on the lower perspective. So higher low, higher low, higher low, and at some point we could see the melting to the downside. Now this is the daily candle, as you can see, which started to go up. As I mentioned, what I think that GBPUSD is likely to hit this important level of liquidity zone on the daily perspective or later today during the probably in the news announcement, and from that zone we might see coming back down closing as a daily doji probably in this level, and tomorrow you could see a drop to create a weekly lower low or a bearish candle on the weekly perspective. So considering all of them, if we look at the intraday perspective, we see that the price has an impulse with this false breakout from this zone on the intraday perspective. It's the impulse. What I think that the price is likely to go up again, as we discussed on the higher time frame perspective, probably will create a head and shoulder in this level, testing this very important liquidity zone where there is a doji here, and probably will create a head and shoulder lower high on the right side, and from that zone we could see GBPUSD start to move down to create a ranging market as we discussed to this level. And as soon as we will find that opportunity in this zone as we planned according to the rules of our strategies, we'll consider going short on GBPUSD with a high probability trade setup with our students. Now, if you find value in this analysis, then smash the like button and also let us know in the comment section which way you are trading. That will help others to know more from you. Thank you very much. I will see you soon in my next analysis.